Day of the Madness in the bag, drama galore, a few upsets. What will happen today? Who are you going to bet, guys? We're here to help. Marco D'Angelo joining us. He's going to tell you exactly how to bet the Troy and Kentucky game, the New Mexico Marquette matchup, and Oklahoma and Yukon. Ross Benjamin after that, Akron, Arizona, the Oregon Liberty game, and Michigan State against Bryant. Lots of college basketball, everybody. I'm Lawrence Presman. You're watching WagerTalk Today. We will have some UFC with Andrew Bapatikis. I say his name wrong all the time. We will have some prop bets with Andy Lang. And, of course, we will end the show with Gianni The Greek. But before that, the great, the sexy Marco D'Angelo. I mean, if you're into bald bears. But hey, Marco, how you doing, bro?
Just glad to be here, Prez. Full disclosure, rough day yesterday for me, 0-3. The last game would have salvaged the day, my top play with UC San Diego. And if you watch the final minute of that game, you know the pain that we suffered. So on to the next day. You got to trust the process.
So I did not watch the final minute of that game. So would you like to vent it out quickly, or shall we move on?
Let's just move on because I about broke 3 remotes and 2 TVs watching the end of that game last night.
Yeah, brother. And listen, Brian Power had a rough one too, 0-3 for him, and he lost his shit. And it really goes to the point of all these people who are jealous of us. Oh, you're a professional handicapper. You bet for a living. Oh, how lucky are you? Yeah, Marco hasn't breathed successfully since that went down. It's not lucky that we do what we do. It's hard, bloody work, and it's a pain in the bloody ass. But we did love it at one time, Marco.
Oh, I still love it. I just, a losing day, Prez, for me, I take it with a grain of salt. It's the cost of doing business, but I feel bad for my clients, and it's, this industry, the old saying is you're only as good as your last pick. Doesn't matter that, we're up 139 units over the last 14 months. It's what did you do for me lately? And yesterday was a losing day. So today's a new one.
There you go. Let's get straight into it. Let's start with Troy. They're playing Kentucky. You like the total here, Marco. It's 151.5, 152. Are we going over or under?
Yeah, we're going to look at this one, and I'm going to go under. And it's kind of a contrarian play because the knee-jerk reaction, if you look at these two teams' last games, Kentucky lost to Alabama 99-70. They let Alabama score 99 on him. And then you look at Troy, their last game in their conference championship game, they scored 94 points in a 94-81 victory. So why do I want to go under today's number? Because both of those games soared over today's total. Well, it's because of the styles of play of the two teams that those teams were playing in their last game. Alabama, they scored 99 on Kentucky. Alabama is an up-tempo team. They love to shoot the three. In fact, they drained 11 threes in that game against Kentucky. And in that game, the two teams combined went to the foul line 56 times, Prez, in that game. That's why you had the high-scoring game that you had. I see a total reversal. One, you start fresh. Everybody's 0-0 whenever they start the big dance. And Kentucky's going to come out and play defense in this one, and they don't have to worry about the up-tempo and three-point draining Alabama today. And here's a little angle for you. Troy won their last game against a conference rival as an underdog, won outright. We have found since 2020 games that are on neutral courts, and the total is between 150 and 159.5, where we are today, and are off that upset win. Like I just said, the under is an outstanding 64-22. It's a very good, pretty large sample size. I'm going to go ahead and take the under in Troy and Kentucky.
Marco, not to be an idiot here, but Kentucky has gone over that number 7 in a row and basically destroyed it. I'm with you, and I understand Troy has not gone over that type of total, but I mean, they just put up 94, 79, 75, 70, 74, 83. There's a lot of firepower on the court.
There is, Prez, but I did a video earlier at WagerTalk that we had posted of tournament angles that I like. And whenever teams are playing these first round games, I like to look to the unders as well, because you're in a different setting. A lot of these venues, Prez, they're not, actual basketball venues. They're much larger. The sight lines are a lot different. Plus, these teams have had 4 or 5 days to prepare defenses, and games start slow. And when they start slow, they tend to stay slow in that first round. It's a different story when they're playing the second game in that same venue.
Marco D'Angelo joining us. Guys, if you like what you're hearing, take a second, hit that like button. Please, really appreciate that. Marco, let's turn our attention to Marquette. They're -4.5. They're playing New Mexico. By the way, there's great skiing in New Mexico. Not that anyone cares, and it certainly has no relevance. But this guy wants to go. What are you doing in this matchup?
Well, Perez, I'm going to be the contrarian again. In the mindset out there, the narrative involving anybody out of the Mountain West Conference is that the Mountain West Conference gets trashed every year in the big dance. And they're 0-2 so far with the 2 games yesterday. Now you've got New Mexico playing this one. Got the wrong graphic up on the screen, though. This is New Mexico and Marquette. That is another Mountain West game there that they put up. This one is a situation where the line, I think, is just way out of whack, and it's because of that bias. You've got a team here, New Mexico. They deserve to be here. They were one of the best teams in the Mountain West Conference all year long. What happens is the Mountain West Conference every year gets 3-4 teams into the tournament, and really they should only have 1 or 2. So it gets diluted with that bad record. This is a team that's played strong all year. They played a good out-of-conference schedule at the beginning of the season. They played UCLA. They played St. John's. In that St. John's game was in New York, so they went across country. They played Arizona State. They played Southern Cal. They went 2-2, stepping out of their comfort zone. Marquette, yeah, they were a good story early in the year. They opened the season with 8 straight wins, but since February 1st, this team was just 5-6 straight up down the stretch and 2-9 against the spread. Do they deserve to be? This line was 4. Now it's up to 4.5. Again, because everybody's betting more so of betting with Marquette than they're betting against the Mountain West Conference. New Mexico was 12-3 over their straight up over their last 15 games. 2 of those games came in back-to-back games when they played conference games on the road at Boise State and San Diego State, 2 of the toughest venues in the Mountain West Conference. And that other loss, well, that was in the conference tournament. They lost by 3. I think they're a live dog here. I'm going to go against Marquette. And here's one last stat against Marquette. Since the first of the year, they've only had 2 wins, Prez, against teams that have made it to the big dance, that are in the tournament. They beat up on the also-rans. They couldn't handle tournament teams, and I think New Mexico, regardless that they are from the Mountain West Conference, is a legitimate tournament team. I'm taking New Mexico plus the points.
Guys, before we get into the next game, Oklahoma, I just want to make mention that we have an incredible promo up. It's buy April for $299 and you get the rest of March free. Now, Marco D'Angelo had a piss poor day yesterday, a day that he is embarrassed about, humiliated over, a day that made him cry 6 times and one that prevented him from sleeping. However, this man has destroyed the books for over a year. He is currently having a 14-month run from the gods above. I would use that package on Marco D'Angelo, $299. You get April, and March is free. And Marco, that'll include your baseball plays, right?
That'll include baseball. It'll include the hockey playoffs, the NBA playoffs coming up. A lot of action. And, Prez, there'll be some horse racing in there as well. Some bonus plays there is the Triple Crown is just around the corner. We've got a couple big prep races coming up, and one of them is going to be tomorrow. I have a horse I like tomorrow that I'm going to be giving the clients. So check that out. And, of course, don't forget those 5% plays, 24-7 with those 5% plays. That will be included as well.
Marco, I can't believe in this day and age we allow for horse whipping. When is that going to stop? Like, seriously, when is that going to stop?
They actually have rules in place. You can only hit the horse, basically 2 times in the stretch with it. And a lot of times they're actually hitting on the saddle pad where it looks like they're hitting the horse, but they're just really not doing any damage to the horse, but it makes a sound that the horse responds to.
Oh, I for a second there, I had that movie Victory in my head with Sylvester Stallone when he used the phone book to break his arm. I don't know if you remember that. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So I just, I'm very big on animal rights, Marco. I care a lot about you. Oklahoma, Yukon, where are you going here, bro? I'm on fire today, dude.
You are on fire. You know what? Oklahoma, Prez, they've been an ATM for their backers. Last 7 games entering the tournament, they've covered 7 in a row against the spread. This is a team that went 12-2 against the spread against the better teams that had a win percentage of 60 or better. Yukon, for most of the season, Prez, were money burners for their backers. Why? Well, because they were, overvalued. Back-to-back national champs, you're going to carry a tax with you, so to speak, as the odds makers made you pay if you wanted to back them. But they did go 5-1 straight up down the stretch, 4-1-1 against the spread. Yukon plays tenacious defense. They've held 8 of their last 12 opponents to 40% or less from the field. The thing here that I'm going to look at, and this is one of those ones where I have mixed emotions. I think that Connecticut actually moves on in this game, but I'm not going to lay the points with them. In fact, I'm not going to take the full game. What I'm going to look at is a first half wager. Why? Because, as I said, this team has been overvalued all year by the lines maker, and teams have hung around with them in the first half because Connecticut has gotten off to some slow starts. This number is mind-boggling. When Connecticut is installed as a favorite, which they've been in almost every game this year, first half wager, if you bet against them, you would be 20-5 against the spread this season. Going against Connecticut first half, I'm going to take Oklahoma. I'm going to take them plus the 3 points here in the first half. We're going to get in and get out with a first half wager, but I really do think that as the game goes on, Connecticut's defense will take command in the second half, but we're going to try the first half with Oklahoma plus the 3.
Marco D'Angelo, everyone. Marco, I wish you the best day ever, my brother. Thank you for doing this. We love having you on. Any last thoughts?
Just good luck to everybody. Enjoy the games today. And if you are in Vegas, head over to the Westgate today. I'll be there from 2 to 4, broadcasting live. We were there yesterday. Total pandem. Nothing like watching the games in the sports book with everybody cheering every bucket down the stretch. Half the crowd's happy, half the crowd's not. It's a great atmosphere.
Well, Marco, I can beat that. I have a phone. It streams games. I was watching it on the chairlift. So I would much rather watch games on the chairlift and listen to them in the ear while I ski than sit in a stinky, smelly sports book filled with old men. Okay, what am I talking about? I love being at the sports book. Get out of here. Speaking of old men, this guy is one of the best. I love this guy. Ross, I got excited when I saw your name today. I'm like, yeah, Ross freaking Benjamin, baby. How are you?
I'm great, Prez. Coming off a rough day yesterday, but I'm not worried. I started the same way last year in the NCAA tournament, and I ended up 22 and 14, 61%. So we're going to bounce back today. And I sympathize with Marco because I also had UC San Diego last night, made a terrific comeback, and then not to cover by a half a point was a killer.
Well, now that everybody has mentioned their day yesterday, I had a winning day for my clients,
Right.
and in the college basketball, I went 1-1. I lost on Georgia, terrible, but I won on the under in the UCLA game, Ross, and now I am my totals, boy, Ross. It's not about me. Let's focus on Ross Benjamin for a second.
What are you? I'm curious.
Oh, dude, I'm on a 6-1 totals run, 40 and 23 since the beginning of January. And my madness, Ross, let me tell you, my madness record is incredible. Like for 2 years, this year and last year, I think I'm 30 and 17. So 30 and 17 in the madness. So I lucky for me, I did not have as rough a go as some of the guys. But yeah, dude, we've seen this all before. Lots of play ahead and likely a big bounce back day today. Let's get straight into it. We've got so much to talk about on the show. We still have Andrew Babatakis coming on for UFC. We've got Andy Lang with prop bets, and we're going to end with Gianni. So right now, Ross Benjamin, and he's going to tell us how to bet the Akron, Arizona game, 7:35 p.m. Eastern time. Arizona minus 14.5 and a big total of 166 and change. Where are you going here, brother?
Yeah, I'm going to look at that total. And, usually I would shy away from these big totals in first round games because A, usually they're justified, and B, because of the propensity of games to go under in the first round, and especially, like Marco said, to get off to slow starts. However, I'm going to buck that theory here. I mean, this is an Akron team. They play at an extremely fast pace, number 16 in offensive tempo nationally. They've scored 90-plus points in 10 times this year, 80-plus points in 23 of 31 games. But also, they allow a ton of free throws. They're number 202 in the nation in free throw attempts allowed, and that spells problematic against an Arizona team that's 18th nationally in free throw percentage at 78.4%. Speaking of Arizona, Prez, number 12 offensively in terms of efficiency, number 55 in offensive tempo. So they're a willing dance partner with Akron as far as playing at a fast tempo. Arizona, has scored 80 points or more in 20 of 32 games this year, while playing against the fourth strongest schedule in the country. So they're not piling up those points against cream puffs. Akron offensively, Akron is off a 76-74 loss in the MAC final to Miami of Ohio. That game went under 159, 3-0 to the over in their last three, off an under 173-point score per game. Their last five, despite just scoring 76 in the last game, they're averaging 91 points a game, 50.8% shooting, 42% from beyond the three-point line, 78% from beyond the free throw line. Arizona 4-0 to the over this year, or in their last four, whenever a total of 153 or more. And Arizona's offense is not bad either. They're shooting 41.3% from the three-point line over the last five. I like this game to go over the total of 167.5, and I know I'm going to be in the minority with that opinion.
Yeah, well, listen, firstly, this is going to be an awesome freaking game. Secondly, both these teams in the last 5 games have put over 100 points up. Both Arizona 113-100 against ASU, and Akron 100-90 against Toledo. And what else I like, Ralph, is if you go back through Arizona's schedule, I mean, they put up a 67. My bad.
My name's Ruff.
I know.
Not Ruff.
I know.
Anyway.
Bugger off. Anyway, They their worst shooting game, 67 against Iowa State. They show up the next game with a 113. Well, guess what? They had a piss poor performance against Houston in their last one. So it does seem like a spot for a lot of scoring. That is for sure. Michael Benjamin joining us, everyone. Nice to have you with us, brother. You didn't get. What was that? A delayed reaction? Okay. Or
I thought maybe there was a Michael Benjamin in the chat room.
Got it. Okay. Oregon, Liberty. Now, I'm on this game for my clients, and I'll tell you flat out, I despise when my guests come on here and give out a game and a lot of really good reasons against my pick. So I await your analysis on the Oregon Liberty game.
Well, I hope I could make you not mad at me. But again, even if I disagree with you, that's not a guarantee that I'm going to win and you're going to lose. So let's get right to it. Oregon, 7-point favorite, 139 is the total. This opened at 5.5 and has moved to 7, Prez, despite Liberty getting a ton of volume of individual bets. But Oregon is getting the sharp money, and including mine. Liberty has an impressive record. They're 28-6. Their offensive prowess of late looks very impressive as well. However, they faced one team all season long that made the NCAA tournament, and that was McNeese State, and they won that game by just 4. Oregon, winners of 8 of their last 9. They played a 3-game stretch on neutral floors early in the year, non-conference games. They beat the likes of San Diego State, Alabama, and Texas A&M. Say what you will about San Diego State, they got blown out, but all 3 of those teams were our NCAA tournament teams, and they went 3-0 straight up in ATS in those games. So they not only won, they covered all 3. They also beat Big Sky champion Montana for what it's worth, 79-48. Montana also an NCAA tournament team. My point being is their level of competition, Oregon, has been much tougher than that of Liberty. And Liberty is a trendy upset pick, and a lot of, like I said, a lot of action on them today. But I am going to go with the Oregon Ducks here. I just think down the stretch they played awfully well, and I'm going to lay the 7 here against Liberty. And again, I think I'm going to be in a minority when I use this pick.
Awesome stuff. Okay, so hold on. Okay, so what did I want to talk about? I had something I wanted to talk about. But as Gio knows, writes, Lawrence popped too many edibles before the show started. No. Totally sober, man. Totally 100% sober for now. The day is young, Ross. It's only 9:23 Eastern PST. If anybody is in Whistler, hook me up. Let me know. DM me on Twitter. We'll ski together. Ross Benjamin, tell us, we got a great promo. It's that $2.99 April promo. You buy the entire month of April, you get the rest of March free, which is like another 10 days. Why should they use that promo on you?
Well, first of all, I got a 5% top play, best bet, whatever you want to call it today in the Oklahoma and Yukon game. And folks, my college basketball 5% best bet, 16-9 last 25, 64%, 32-20 over the last 2 years, 61%. So again, Yukon, Oklahoma, winning side, 5% top play. There's a starter on why you should buy that package from me. Also, folks, college again, I got off to a bad start yesterday, but I want to remind everybody the same thing happened last year, but I went 22-14 at the end of the tournament, 61%. Basketball sides up $6,364 net profit. NHL 14-6 run, Prez, since March the 4th. NBA runs. NBA just been killing it. Another winner last night on a total. My NBA runs right now 51-33, 61%, 119-83, 59%. It's not a fluke when you hit 59% over 202 picks in the NBA. And NBA net profit, $7,356 since February 23rd of last year. So I hope I gave you guys enough reason to invest some money with me. These free picks are great, but remember, they're not ones I bet the most money on. So again, take advantage of that offer that Prez just alluded to.
Ross Benjamin. Ross, do you think it's me or you that 100 people have not hit the like button? What do you think? Is it they don't like you, they don't like me, or they don't like the like button?
I don't know. I mean, again, folks, hitting that like button is just showing a token of the appreciation we put in to do this show. And Prez especially, he does this show 5 times a week. And I know you guys see him on for an hour every week, but the preparation time that goes into doing a show like this is enormous. So, again, hit that like button, folks.
Yeah, just in regards to the preparation time, Ross. I mean, if I capped it at a minute of preparation time, I would probably take the under. But you prepare. Me, I wake up, roll into the spot, and just naturally gorgeous at this, bro. But it really does amaze me. And I understand every day I'm bitching and venting about the like button. I mean, this is how we run our business. Like, getting people to hit the like button, to subscribe to our channel, to hit the bell, to comment, put comments up. I mean, this is literally how we build the company. So it's more important to me that you hit the like button than it is that you buy our plays.
Yeah, I mean, the bottom line is this. If all of a sudden we started charging for these shows or the free pick videos that I do every day, which, by the way, I'm 20-12 with my last 32 college basketball picks on WagerTalk TV, you guys would all piss and moan,
Right.
So, in order to keep these free, hit that like button. It goes a long way in keeping them free,
Yeah. Well, bloody said. Let's go. We got so much more to talk about. I'm going to shut up. Michigan State minus 70.5 against Bryant, a total of 152.5. So they think Michigan State is going to put up a big number. Team total over sounds about right. Where are you going?
Yeah, I don't like laying big points, but I'm going to make an exception here. Bryant 23-11 against the number 319th strongest schedule in the country. I should say weakest schedule. They really played nobody. There are only 2 games against NCAA tournament teams this year. Early in the year, they lost by 22 to St. John's and by 46 at Grand Canyon. They dominated in the American East, granted, but they're 4-9 in non-conference Division I games, including losses to the likes of Fordham, Brown, and here's your favorite school, I know it is, Stonehill and Siena. Today they're playing Michigan State. I think their brand name is a little bigger than those 4 schools that I just named off. Michigan State 27-6 on the year against the 25th strongest schedule in the country. They've won 8 of their last 9. They're only lost in that sequence by 3 in the Big Ten semifinals, losing to Wisconsin, who's not a bad team in their own right. This is a Michigan State team that's gone 10-4 this season when facing teams that are in the NCAA tournament this year. Their current stretch of 8-1, 6 of those 8 wins against NCAA tournament teams. Number 5 in defensive efficiency, number 1 in three-point defensive efficiency, number 8 in defensive rebounding, number 28 in offensive rebounding. They don't shoot the ball well, but they do a lot of the marginal stuff really well. I'm going with Michigan State here. Wouldn't shock me to see this be close to a 30-point margin for Michigan State, but I'll just lay to 17.5 and not get greedy.
I haven't heard a word since you called out Stonehill as my favorite school. Is that because I like to get stoned on a hill, which I will be doing today, just for the record? Yeah. So Stoned Hill is my new favorite team. Ross Benjamin, everyone. Ross out. We got to keep the show moving. Andrew Babiticus joining us from the Westgate. Westgate. Yes.
Yes.
Andrew, For a second, I thought it was a bet online and a Westgate. I'm not doing. You're having a great hair day. Great hair day, Andrew. Just wanted to throw that out there. It's nice to be young, right?
Oh, it is. I got blasted on your show last time for wearing that hat, so I gotta keep up with the hairstyle.
Yeah, Mac Brown points out Stony Brook. Mac, that's my second favorite school, and I will be getting stoned in a brook later as well. Thank you for pointing these out. Anyone else? Andrew, we got UFC going, man. UFC waits for no one. This is a sport that exists in its own silo. They would Dana White would put a card on during the Super Bowl if he wanted to. Tell us really quickly what to bet on this card coming up, and not only basically two parts. What is being bet and what you think should be bet.
Okay, yeah. I'll run through a few of the fights real quickly. So starting with the Marcin Tybura fight versus Mick Parkin. Tybura opened up a slight favorite at minus 135. Right away, we were receiving some sharp action on that Parkin side. The line actually flipped, so now Parkin is sitting a slight favorite. So that's an interesting one on the earlier slate of prelims, one to keep your eye on. Then we go to the Kevin Holland versus the Gunnar Nelson fight. Two, bigger names. Gunnar hasn't fought in a while. This one has moved in Gunnar's direction early. We opened Gunnar up at minus 125. The line got as high as 155. And then we did get some sharp action on Kevin Holland at plus 125. And that line's kind of coming right back down to where we opened the thing at. So then if you go up to the co-main event, we did get some early sharp action on Carlos Ulberg against Jan Blachowicz. This is a big step up in fight competition for Carlos Ulberg. We did get that early action at minus 210. So the line's a little bit different now. Just wanted to throw that out there. It has moved to over 100 cents. So that's a big mover on the card. And then if you go up to the main event is Sean Brady this week versus Leon Edwards. All the early action was all over Sean Brady. We opened this thing at minus 140. We took sharp action at minus 140, minus 150, minus 55. But this was one that it wasn't really difficult to write money back. Leon Edwards was the champion before, and there's some strong backers on that side as well, but most of the respected action early was on Sean Brady.
Andrew Babbitt, everybody. You can find him at the Westgate. When they come to the Westgate, are you around? Like, can they say hi?
Yeah. I mean, I'm in the back moving lines, kind of trying to keep up with all the UFC bets. Right now, it's all hands on board for this March Madness, obviously, but still got to keep up with the UFC.
Andrew, last question. What are you betting anything personally on the card?
Yeah, I'm usually tailing some of the sharp action for sure, especially if, what I like kind of lines up with it. I don't hate the Holland look this week. I think if you can get plus money on him, Gunnar Nelson obviously hasn't fought in a long while. So Holland's a tough one to trust, but at plus money, I kind of like him this week.
Brilliant. Love having you on. Professional, quick, tight, informative. You can find him at the Westgate. Anything going on that we need to know about regarding the Westgate over the next few days?
Yeah, we got the 109 splits on these college basketball games. It's been yesterday was electric atmosphere in the sports book. If you guys want to stop by and bet some college basketball or watch a couple games, it's a really, really good time at the Superbook. So stop by, say hello, and enjoy the games.
Brilliant stuff, Andrew Babbitt, everybody. Thanks for doing this. Guys, everybody knows I've had a horrible college basketball season. I talk about it. I wear it on my sleeve. Anyway, my NBA started off bad as well, but I've heated up. And, my college basketball last year was spectacular. The year before was incredible. And my March Madness has been exceptional for a long, long time. I think it might be time to take a look at my college hoops because, ultimately what you want really is a guy that regularly wins and just has an off month or an off couple of months, and try to catch him as the streak is about to start. Now, I've had a good run in the last few weeks in college basketball. I'm starting to see it really well, and I had a great tournament last year. So maybe it's time to take a look at my college basketball again, but it is for sure time to look at my NBA. My NBA is absolutely on fire right now. I had Brooklyn last night. I had Miami the night before. I've really, really put a nice rundown in the NBA. So definitely take a look at that. I have 4 college hoops, well, 3 college basketball plays because I'm in play right now, and 1 NBA play tonight. NHL, I'm passing, but I really like the over in the Pittsburgh game tonight. Andy Lang, are you okay, dude?
Yes, patiently waiting. Yes, hello, how is everybody? Hello, chat. Hit the like button, like and subscribe. Questions for the chat. What is Prez's favorite song? What is Prez's favorite actress? And what is Prez's favorite historical landmark? I will give you the answers after my free plays.
Actress as in her acting ability or her yummy ability?
Well, we already know what your favorite. Ross already told us what your favorite college is, so we're going for favorite song.
Well,
favorite,
no, I think
historical landmark.
Frank Raposo put in High Point. High Point wins, dude.
Okay.
Like, should we do it together on air?
Sure, go for it.
Andy,
Yes.
We're running late today. They put Marco and Ross on the same show. It ain't my fault those two guys
If only we had a host who could reel it in and stay on time. If only. Scott C gets it. Sharon Stone. Sharon Stone is your favorite actress. Sharon Stone. Scott C is right. Emma Stone, close second. Give him that one.
Wow. Look at that.
Very good. Very good. We're looking for favorite song and favorite historical landmark.
Can I have a threesome, though? Because, like, Emma would be really fun, and Sharon could show her extra skills.
Rosie Oda. Scott C gets it. Stonehenge is Prez's favorite historical landmark. Stonehenge is the favorite. We're just looking for the favorite song now.
Well, I guess Spinal Tap is my favorite movie. Okay, Andy, we're way off topic. You have a peaceful parlay for us. What is it?
Yes. What's up with all the fighting?
State. Morehead State.
Oh,
Morehead
that's a good one. That's a great one.
There you go. Morehead
That's the winner.
State.
That's the winner. That's the winner. Like and subscribe. All right.
Okay.
Peaceful parlay. Hit the like button if you're enjoying this. Peaceful parlay. What's up with all the fighting? Let's do Nathaniel Wood and Morgan Charrier to go the distance. We'll parlay that with Loner Kavanaugh and Felipe Dos Santos to go the distance. That gets you a nice plus 116. Listen, Nathaniel Wood has 7 fights that have gone the distance. Charrier has 2 finishes in the UFC. They were against awful opponents. His fight against Chepe Mariscal, 2 really tough, durable guys, good striking, good wrestling defense. That went the distance. Nathaniel Wood's going to get the leg kicks going. None of these guys are going to knock each other out. They got great cardio. They're very tough. They're very durable. No one gets finished in this one. And then Kavanaugh, Dos Santos. Listen, Dos Santos has had 3 UFC fights. All 3 went the distance. He went the distance against Manel Kape, who's probably getting a title shot. Kavanaugh has a lot of finishes on the regional scene, but he made his UFC debut. That fight went the distance. He was cautious. He managed his energy. These guys are going to be toe-to-toe on the feet, but I think this goes to the ground where Kavanaugh eats up a lot of minutes. I have both fights to go the distance.
Wow. And you think I need to rein this show in, get the timing done? Come on, dude. That's why I put you at the end. NCAA prop bet. Joe Anderson. What's going on with him?
This starts about 50 minutes. We hit our prop yesterday, Prez, on Bennett Sturts to go over 1.5 3-pointers. So for Joe Anderson, last 5 games, he's averaging 4.8 makes on 8.4 attempts. This guy's shooting 8.5 attempts per game, and he's shooting 58%. Iowa State is 149th in 3-point percentage defense. And Prez, yesterday, we talked about Missouri and how bad they are at 3-point defense. What happened? They gave up 50%. 3-point shooting. Bennett Sturts went 3 for 3 on his three. So be careful about these teams that have bad 3-point defense. I'll take Joe Anderson over 1.5 made threes.
Guys, Andy, #1 MMA expert in 2024, #1 all sports expert last 2 years, #1 all sport expert the last 365 days, up 73 units in 2025. Check him out. You got that promo we're giving out. You buy all of April, you get March free. If you like parlays and prop bets, Andy Lang is your man. Andy, you got an NBA prop bet for us.
And money. Only get these plays if you like money. If you don't like money, stay away.
Yeah.
Stay away. Stay away. We're only up 73 units in 2025. So, let's go to Amen Thompson, over 10.5 rebounds plus assists. What he's been doing with the stat sheet is incredible, Prez. Over in 18 out of 20 games. He's averaging 13 rebounds plus assists in those 20 games. But what's amazing is 11 potential assists and 13.6 rebound chances. He's playing 37 minutes. And he gets a great matchup against Miami, 22nd most rebounds, 17th most assists. Amen Thompson, look for another big game from him, over 10.5 rebounds plus assists.
Andy Lang, mic drop, brother. I'm calling you later. I got some stuff to speak to you about. Get out of here, my friend. Thanks for doing this. Wow, keep on moving. Gianni The Greek joining us. Gianni, you've never been better, I'm aware. And I got to tell you, I love that every day in your life is better than the day before. I wish we all live a life like that.
That's the goal. That's what I strive for. Seriously. You know me, even when I've had it tough, Prez, I always had optimism. That's been the key. I've never gotten down on myself ever like that. I mean, we all have our low moments and low points, but they don't last long for me. It doesn't last long. And I'm coming off of losing the 5% play yesterday. It's only the third one I gave out in college basketball this whole season, and I lost it. Listen, I tell you when I win, tell you when I lose, and I lost it. I actually went one game below 500 in college basketball yesterday, and it shouldn't have been that. I should have had one game above. I missed that Wisconsin total. Over 151 is what we bet, but the system had 151.5. That's what I gave it out at. They were at 151 with like a minute left, and just no one scored. What can you do? Or else I would have had actually like a break even or a little positive day. But you just got to move on to the next day. And here's the crazy thing. I never do this because even in this industry, you shouldn't do this. You're just not going to sell. But there's a game on the board that warrants a 5% play for me. So I had the fire today again. And I even contemplated that. I went to put it in for 4%. And I'm like, dude, you're cheating yourself. Because the truth is, you're betting it like it's 5%. So if you want to do right by your subscribers, you got to tell them what you're doing. If they don't want to trail it, that's a different story. But I'd feel guilty if I didn't release it the exact way I'm betting it. And it jumped off the page. It got confirmed by the group I work with as well. And I fired a 5%. So cheer me in today, brother. Cheer me in.
Yeah, dude, I want to go look at it. I will 100%. And yeah, losing those 5% suck. But anyway, it happens. Like, imagine if we won every single one of them. We wouldn't be asking for likes. We would be skiing in Whistler.
Like you do.
Gianni, what is going on in the world of syndicate sports betting for today and tomorrow?
All right, I got women's college basketball really quick. There's 2 games that we bet. I released the subscribers that haven't gone off yet. It's 3012 Notre Dame, good to -32, and 3022 TCU, good to -31. So we got Notre Dame -32, TCU -31, both on the women's side. I know everybody's looking at the men's side right now, but when there's value, there's value. I will say we lost the women's college basketball bet we placed yesterday on Washington -3. But again, they came back with 4 bets today. Usually those smaller markets do very well. So I fired and released the subscribers. As far as the men's side, Prez, here's what I could tell you. Early, we were on Mississippi State. I think we talked about that earlier in the week. Kind of two-way action in that game. A little later on, I like Vanderbilt. I even put that out as a free play when this first went up. The brackets, I wasn't sure if I was going to fire a premium play. got confirmation with one of the groups that I moved for. They came in on Vandy as well. We bet it, so I released it. Today, though, I did see some money come in opposite the Vanderbilt side. I still like Vandy. I like Vandy in that game. I think they could win the game outright. So we got +5 on that, +4.5, still good. I like the Vanderbilt side. Two totals that Art talked about as well when I did last call with Kelly, and these were confirmed with the guys I bet with. They bet 783 over Oklahoma, Yukon, and 787 over Bryant, Michigan State. Both of those games were bet over. A couple things sticking out real quickly. One-sided money. The big dogs, they're betting them again. The recreational bettors love these big dogs in March Madness. They love not even Cinderella. In the first round, they take the biggest dogs. Usually you think they're favored and over, not in the first round. They have Mount St. Mary's over Duke, so they're fading Duke. Another one, they're taking Bryant over Michigan State. They're taking the 17 points there. The other big one, the big favorite, Iowa State. They're taking Lipscomb. In every one of these big favorites, Akron's probably the most popular of the big dogs that they're on. They are betting Akron to beat Arizona, or at least to stay within the number. Believe it or not, I even saw some money line sprinkles on the Akron side, which, hey, it happens. It's March Madness. But the recreational bettors are on those dogs. And on the island, the books are going to need Maryland, because I know sharp bettors are on Grand Canyon, and the recreational bettors are on Grand Canyon as well. One of the totals that sticks out the most, Troy, Kentucky. It's being bet over like they expect 200 points. There's not a single under bet that I've seen at two different books. So combined probably 400 or 500 players, not one of them has yet to bet the under in the Troy, Kentucky game. And what else jumps out real quick? Oh, and Oklahoma, Connecticut also. We bet that, and I'm seeing it one-sided by the recreational bettors. So the books are really going to hope it's a low-scoring game with Oklahoma and Connecticut, because you got the wise guys and the public on the over in that game. So that's pretty much what's going on early. Not much yet for Saturday's action. I think most want to see how they do today before they start getting involved. But the one dog that did get money right away was Creighton over Auburn, and it wasn't sharp money. Like, I'm seeing parlays from today tied into Creighton against Auburn. Now, I have Auburn to cut down the nets and win the national championship at +550. And they didn't look great yesterday. That's what I like. They didn't look great. But the Alabama State, they want to play at Auburn, or they want to play at Alabama. Those kids were going to show up yesterday. That was their Super Bowl. They know they're not winning a national championship, but if they could beat Auburn, or at least play with Auburn, that to them is a feather in their cap. That's who they wanted. That's where they wanted to go to college. You know what I mean? So you knew Alabama State was going to bring it. I like, tomorrow. And they also are on Houston over Gonzaga. They don't believe in the Zags like I do. That's pretty much what sticks out for tomorrow already.
Brother, as good as it gets. Thanks for doing this. I hope you have a killer day today. Good luck on your 5% play, Gianni. I'll be cheering
You too,
it in.
my man. Thank you.
You're the best, brother. Thanks for doing this. Is there anything going on this weekend with the blackjack stuff, or any more media you're doing quickly? He's gone. You know what? It's better that way. Dan, it was a fun show, dude. I had a laugh along the way. Yeah, enjoyed. Anyway, on behalf of Andrew, Andy, Ross, Marco, Gianni, Dan Alexander, and myself, let's win some money. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you on Monday.